This is my second sketchbook tour, and this is where my username originally came from, as I said from a previous video. This is the beginning. I even included the characters from the Count of Monte Cristo here, and I set it up as a joke. This used to be an old Civitas notebook. These characters were originally inspired by Hetalia, except I turned a lot of the Hetalia characters into female ones, such as China, America, but I've also created this super variant called Multimedia. When I was making the sketchbook in the beginning, I actually thought social media was the most evilest thing anybody invented on Earth because I thought it brainwashed people and it was a corrupt version of our society that tries to control us all. But ironically, I'm actually using social media now. And that's how I met all of you, especially those of you who are on Wattpad. This is England, just from Hetalia. If you're wondering why I renamed him, I did that later. So this is a drawing that my mother made. And this is a comic I made with my later updated version of my character China with my original character Saudi Arabia. The same thing happened to Spain. This is the character Saudi Arabia. I originally invented him since there is no Saudi Arabia character in Hetalia. I even made up the name himself, and I named him after the Prophet. Seemed pretty fitting for him, in my opinion. This is another Hetalia character that became a female. This is another original character I made. She was supposed to be the daughter of the character Hetalia Spain, but she no longer is. And here is the fight between Hetalia England and Multimedia. The vision of all the dark aspects that I hate about social media when I was younger. I made up my own version of North and South Italy. And if you compare them to the Hetalia version with my own version, they're actually quite different. The France character, the reason why I made it from scratch is because I did not like how they portrayed France in Hetalia. They portrayed him as someone who's very flirty and quite a pervert, and I do not like that because there are plenty of people in France who take romance pretty seriously. And this character, Germany, is inspired by the German exchange student I knew on my freshman year at my high school. Her name's Lisa. Hey Lisa, if you're watching this character is actually dedicated to you for lots of good reasons. And this is Pakistan and India, two other original characters I made. I also made Norway and Afghanistan, Greece and Turkey. Yes, there is a character Turkey in Hetalia, but this is mostly original, although it's inspired by that. I made up another original character who's Toshi. He was supposed to be the boyfriend of my original character, Lily, but I've never drawn him again ever since. This is a family map of how Saudi Arabia's family would look like if it were people. And this is me sketching America at different ages. And here's incomplete character sketches of Syria and Iran. This is ancient Greece, and this is a rough sketch of what the house of my original character France would look like. I did Belgium, And I redid China. And this is England, my original character. He does not look like the Hetalia-England as I showed you earlier. This was the logo I was going to name my series, but I've changed the series or the story plot in my idea into something pretty dark. It's a dystopia now. I've made some sketches here and there. And for those of you who know me on Wattpad, I actually have quite an interest in World War II and World War II related fandoms. And I also made several sketches of my character Germany. 5 different ways. This is another sketch of my original character, Saudi Arabia. And this sketch right over here is supposed to represent the Nazi-Soviet non-aggression pact. That's when Hitler and Stalin agreed not to go to war with each other, where they split Poland in half. But eventually, Germany broke that pact when they invaded the Soviet Union. This is France, again, with his confession right here. I'm not going to bother to translate that since it might be pretty offensive. This is an image I really love, and this is a sketch of a dog. This is a sketch I made. I actually updated the character Spain myself. And this was dedicated to my friend. My friend sent me a letter back in Spanish, and she wants to become a Spanish teacher in the future. You should check out her YouTube channel. This is another sketch my friend Lauren made with me. And one of my friends from high school made this beautiful sketch. Jordan. This is a sketch of America during colonial times, before she became a country. And these are yearbook signatures that never made it to the yearbook, so they ran out of room. This is a funny sketch of how talkative North Italy is and how annoyed France is. It's kind of hilarious. This is a sketch I made of one of the places I went to during my China trip last year, way before the coronavirus pandemic ever happened. This is Spain again. I did a collaboration with my friend Lauren. I was stressed out with schoolwork and taking care of another person's dog one time. Yeah, a lot of drama. And this is a sketch of my characters as the European Union. Yeah, there is 28 states. No, there's actually 27 since Britain left the European Union. I resketched my history notes. I would usually draw my characters as stick figures on my history notes. The history teacher does not mind. And this is how I depict Germany when she lost World War II. I created the character of the Soviet Union. I think it's pretty cool. And I actually made a parody version of one of my history assignments map worksheet, and I retraced it myself, and I just drew a bunch of funny faces on it. This is where I sketched the ideas for recreating the Spanish-speaking characters, country characters, and I actually used makeup for this picture, because I never wear any. This is the resulting product from the sketch of ideas I did here. This is President Hindenburg with my character Germany. And this is some awkward instances that some of my characters ran into, such as Pakistan stealing some really embarrassing outfit out of Germany's closet, and Saudi Arabia impersonating England as one of his stereotypes. And there is more of these awkward situations happening here. This is a hilarious sketch me and my friend Sierra did. Hey Sierra, if you're watching this, I really loved sketching this with you. It was hilariously fun to do. This is the original map that I retraced and made fun of. And this is the original assignment that I used. This is a sketch of what happened to Germany after World War II, when the country split into two, West and East Germany. They built the Berlin Wall afterwards, and the Cold War officially started in 1947. I created the character Poland. It's also an incomplete character sketch. This is a few more sketches of story ideas with Saudi Arabia. I was gonna write more of those stories on Wattpad, but they were never popular, so I stopped writing them. Here are some more character sketches and designs I have right here. My friend Lauren also made a cat version of the character Spain, and it's inspired by the series 12 on YouTube. It's about imp and a lot of spiritual stuff. This is another sketch that I used. It's when all of my country characters go on a gondola in Italy. And that is a map of that's basically a map of the family of USSR, except their people. There are some more of my sketches here and there, and that's another sketch of characters again, doing the lineup. I made a sketch of the Eiffel Tower here, and this is a sketch between three well-known communist countries, except Russia isn't really a communist country, but I thought it'd be cool to sketch him in there anyway, since he's the son of USSR. I made a sketch of the German Empire. The German Empire, and I made the German Empire the brother of Germany, since I thought it'd be interesting to put it that way, because I thought it would be awkward to make him the father. And I decided to sketch all my female characters in makeup. Some of the countries like makeup, some of them don't, because I made them. I made a few sketches, and that's in French. I'm not going to bother to translate it. This is a sketch of a Japanese garden, which took me a lot of time to sketch it all together. This is Belgium's uniform, and this is a comic I made using my friend Sierra's character. You should check out her original character speed paint that she made of this character. It's pretty amazing. This is another sketch of characters Spain and Lily. I've made another set of random sketches right here, and these are all of the flags of Saudi Arabia and Germany. I even wrote the dates on the side, and I am not including the symbol for this flag for very good reasons. I used to really love this anime show called My Hero Academia. I also sketched these characters Midoriya and Shoto Todoroki as female characters. And here it is, Sierra's original character, Bravery Venticello. I think I butchered that name. I mispronounced it. And this is the updated version of my character multimedia. And I made a couple more sketches on perspective here. Another sketch of Zentangles with a variety of different colors. I also made an awkward sketch where there's the Soviet Union on one side and Germany on the other side, and there's Poland in the middle. It's kind of funny. So it goes like this. Hey there, Soviet Union. I didn't expect you to be here for Poland's birthday. Want half of the cake? Of course. Oh no, not again. And here's another sketch that some of you guys on Wattpad has seen in my artwork collection. This is a role play I did with myself in French, and I made an original character sketch of Korea. I've never really made an official character profile of him yet. I made a sketch of a chessboard, and I also made a sketch of another one of my friend Sierra's characters, which is Bravery's grandfather, Dr. Alvin Venticello. Another sketch of my character America. And I used the first test of Copic markers on Christmas. I made a series of German original characters, starting with the Holy Roman Empire, then with the German Confederation, and then with the German Empire, and then with East and West Germany. The Weimar Republic one is actually later than that. And Germany, the current country right now. I made an original character sketch of Austria. And I also made a few other original character sketches that are also not finished. Serbia and the Russian Empire. These are the three original drawings I made for my first video. Acts of the American Revolution, but represented with objects. And I also practiced doing poses on this side. And here is the missing sketch I have, the Weimar Republic. This is a profile picture that I sketched myself, the one that you see on YouTube. I've also done a few more perspective sketches to practice my drawing. And I also did a sketch between the characters Germany and Saudi Arabia, since I couldn't decide at the time who should be the main character. I also did a few more sketches here. And for those of you who know Country Humans, this is Poland. And now for the characters of Saudi Arabia. I actually was stressed with math finals one time, and I made a really hardcore sketch like this. This is the Arab original characters I made. This is the Kingdom of Hejaz, and then I also made sketches of different outfits that Austria wore at the same time on the left. This is the Sultanate of Nejd. So, this is the basic history of Saudi Arabia. There was the Sultanate of Nejd and the Kingdom of Hejaz. They both united to form Saudi Arabia, which was officially established on September 1932. I also made a sketch of Hatsune Miku in anime versus realistic proportions. I personally prefer her as anime though. This is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia during different time periods. And this was a scrapped animation. I was gonna add it to my World War II Japan video, but I scrapped it since it made no sense. And this is the last sketch I made, which consists of all of the characters that are based off of countries. I must go to bed now since it's becoming close to midnight.